Hello and welcome back to the podcast. This week, Judd's being a lazy bitch. Am I right? Oh, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Go on, tell everyone about it, Judd. Judd lifted something. I just asked Judd to tell everyone about it, and now I don't want him to. I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to tell you. Judd lifted something earlier. That's cat. Oh no, is that enough now? I'm exaggerating for effect. Yeah, Judd's cancelled unboxing this week again. It's somehow cancelled twice on Boxing this week.
You cancelled the first time. You cancelled before I cancelled. I had a cancellation lined up for Monday, and then you beat me to it. So I was like, well.
Thing is, you still cancelled twice. So what are you gonna do about it? Anyway.
No, well, I'm not gonna box, obviously.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a weird one, podcast wise. Just sorry if my camera looks really dark. Don't know why that's being like that, but anyway, yeah, it's a weird one, this podcast, because we normally do boxing on a Monday and then record this on Wednesdays, and this week, well, what a fucking hell of a week, let me tell you. It's been fucking awful. I don't know if I said on the podcast, I definitely mentioned to you when we were doing boxing, I had a mini mental breakdown recently. A little one, small one. Wasn't that small. It was a mental breakdown. And since then I've been trying to figure out what I can do and a bit of a comeback, trying to know, what do I need to change? What do I need to, figuring my shit out. And as of Monday, like a couple of days ago, as I'm recording this, I was like, right, I'm ready Monday to implement what I've figured out and, get on track again.
It's your 12-step program to not be a massive bitch.
Yeah, exactly. And, well, literally, that day, I don't know what to say on podcast and what not to say. Essentially, like, people that I know quite closely, one set of people had their cat run over and died.
Oh, God.
Like, right in front of them. Oh, and I say cat. I say cat. Kitten.
Oh, God.
They weren't 2 years old. Fucking horrible. And the person who did it just drove off. Didn't even care. And literally, I had to rush there and rush the cat to the vets. And this vet, that's supposed to be a 24-hour vet, wouldn't open. They had a phone number you could call for 24-hour, emergency support. Yeah. I called that number, and it just said, oh, yeah, just ring another number. It was like an automated thing that said, just ring this different number instead. Well, why don't you put that number on the board in the fucking first place?
Yeah.
And that, and that number it calls goes to somewhere completely different. And not only that, they never fucking picked up. They never answered the phone. And I got so pissed off, I banged on the door. I almost put my fist through this door with how loud I banged on this door, and no one answered. It was insane. It was ridiculous. And so that happened, and not only that, some other people that we know, who were like kind of neighbours to this cat, their cat was poisoned and also died.
What the fuck?
And do you know why? It's because the same vet that we went to said, oh, they'll be fine until morning. Just see what they're like and bring them again at morning. They didn't last until the morning.
Right.
They even took him to another vet, the vet that we had to go to after that initial one won't open up. And yeah, so that's been hell. And then work's been insanely busy. Also, we called up this vets that were useless to complain, right? The woman who answered the phone was literally this is exactly what she sounded like. She went, hello, well, you just write that down over there. Yeah, I can help you. She needs to go. It was like that. She didn't even care at all. This is weird. I've just had an email to say that someone's just started following us on Twitch, but it's not come up on the stream. Just in case, thanks for foregatherers following. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, and we called them up, and then so I said I want to make a complaint. She went, right, okay, just hold, I'm gonna put you on hold, and just put me on hold immediately. Yeah. Then someone else answered the phone. like being like, how can I help? Not knowing what I even wanted. So I said, I want to make a complaint. And I told them what had happened. And they were like, oh, well, that 24-hour service is like external. That's not actually us answering that. It's a different company. And I was like, yeah, I know. I called the number. I don't give a shit. That's still not acceptable. You're choosing to use that service. So you're still to blame. You know? It was just ridiculous. Another side tangent. I'm realizing if you're watching the video version of this live, twitch.tv/streamsbadly, or the recorded version on YouTube, the Streams Badly YouTube channel, there's like, I've got like rosy cheeks, like really rosy cheeks, but only the very top of my cheeks. It's like I've got like two like red marks under my eyes.
You're blushing recounting this story of the cats dying. Are you?
I don't know what the fuck's happening to me. It looks weird. I look like I've got like clown makeup on or something. It's strange. I wish I could show you. You should load up the stream and mute it just to see my face and what I fucking look like right now.
You've got a big old grin on your face recounting these stories.
No, I haven't. Anyway, so
cats dying.
So yeah, so that happened. They put me through. So I said, yeah, I want to make a complaint, and they said, well, we can tell you our complaints procedure, but that's all I can do. And I'm like, all right then, yeah, tell me it. So do you know what they need you to do to complain to this vets? You have to do a handwritten letter and drop it off at one of their practices. And I said to them, can I not? Oh, and you have to, and they were saying, and you have to address it to the, they didn't actually say that bit yet, actually. They just said you have to write a letter and address it to the complaints officer or something.
Yeah.
And I said, well, can't I send an email or anything? And they're like, oh, no, you can't. And I was like, I basically, in slightly nicer words, I wasn't like kind with my tone, but it were nice words. And I said, it's fucking 2021. Are you so stuck in the dark ages that you can't boot up a computer and look at an email? What the fuck is that? So, yeah.
I was just looking at the stream, by the way. It looks like someone's grabbed just the top bits of your cheek and like pinched them.
I don't know. So yeah, that's been happening. Work has been fucking, and it's not been. I was gonna say it's been fucking awful, but it's not been. It's just been really busy. I messaged my boss basically being like, I kind of need to work from home on Monday to make sure everyone's all right, having seen this fucking dreadful thing happen. I need to support people. Can you go into the office instead of me to do this job I had to do, basically? And of course, his car was broken, so he couldn't. So it's like, and I know, and this isn't saying, oh yeah, his car was broken. I'm not saying like you were lying or anything. Yeah. Definitely not. He definitely would have gone in. He's a good. My boss is nice. But like, of course, his car would have like happened to break then. You know, oh fucking. And then the new user I had set up. I don't know. Whatever, it don't matter. There's been a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to kind of work towards a promotion if I can, so I've got to do a lot of work as well. And that was fucking, I don't know, it's just terrible. Oh, and by the way, I'm not done either, because one of my mum's got like a friend group of girls. Women, I suppose. They're all nearly 50 or above 50.
50-year-old cougars, tell me more.
No, but
tell me more.
But you know, like typical women's group of women like that, middle-aged women, and one of them's died.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
cool.
Honestly, and I know this isn't usually a funny ha-ha podcast, and even when something bad happens, we normally make it a bit funny for entertainment. None of it's been funny. Like, I feel like I'm saying it on purpose to, like, preface, like, I might not be as funny today, believe it or not. I think I've got enough reason. So, yeah, basically, without getting into details of it, it was just, like, shock, just out of nowhere. Like, she weren't ill or anything. She just had like a blood clot and
just died.
Yeah, basically. Like she felt pain from the blood clot in the morning, and by the afternoon she was gone. So fucking hell. Yeah, that look, as Rick and Morty says, that's the way it goes sometimes.
The
news goes. Yeah, whatever. Who gives a fuck? He doesn't even give a fuck about what he says.
He wouldn't have remembered now.
So
I should know I'm a big fan of Rick and Morty. Me personally, I'm a huge fan of Rick and Morty, and I just think that makes me better than a lot of other people.
Okay, so but what I'm saying is, look, sometimes every so often, let's should we make a commitment? Every 93 episodes, because I believe this is episode 93. Every 93 episodes, we're going to be a bit more sad. No.
I have something right next to me on my desk that I thought would cheer you up a fair amount, but I could just not show it.
Look, right. Sometimes things are going to be sad. As ha-ha as we try and make everything, sometimes things are sad. But that's fine. I can quite easily be a professional, as we are on this podcast, and do the lols and shit, as Dad would say. That's how our Dad would probably phrase it, isn't it?
Dad, do you really think Dad would ever coin the phrase "the lols and shit"?
Yeah, I reckon he would.
Actually, I've just said that, and now hearing it,
totally would, wouldn't it? Right, come on, Judd. What's that? I need some cheering up. Hit me,
Jake. I was doing some just like random. I wasn't even like tidying up or anything. I was just like moving shit about in my room just to be like, I'm just gonna have a look around my room, see if there's anything going on here, see what the haps is in my room.
Of course, this is the simplicity of your life. I need to take a note out of that.
And look what I found. I found my old fucking
shit.
My old fucking Yu-Gi-Oh deck. My old my Ancient Gears one.
I bet people, if anyone listening to this who's like still currently really into Yu-Gi-Oh, I bet they're like, oh yeah, Ancient Gears, because that'll be fucking old now, won't it?
Well, so Ancient Gears originally was supported in Yu-Gi-Oh GX when that was out, because it was
the principals or something, weren't it?
I don't know if
it might not have been principal.
They were like a teacher or something.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was. I can't remember if it was a guy or a girl. I remember having this debate with someone recently.
I'm going to find this out. You carry on.
It was their deck. They had an Ancient Gears deck. It was this one. It was Ancient Gear Golem, which
I think
was like
they're a guy, Lehman Banner.
Their sort of like big sort of finisher card was Ancient Gear Golem. And then Jake, very kindly, because he fucking thrashed me every time we played Yu-Gi-Oh! As a bit of support to my deck, he then later bought me Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem.
Yeah, which is the main it's the big boy character of that deck.
He's attack 4,400, defense 3,400, but I remember he had a special thing where even because he used to be the
breaking news. They are male. Velian Crowler.
Oh, okay.
They are male.
Okay.
Or not, because who fucking gives a shit nowadays anyway? It's all up in the air anyway. Jesus Christ! Yeah. They're 200 centimeters tall. That's high.
God!
That's like 6 foot. Like that's 6'6". Holy shit! That's like a whole foot taller than you. Oh my God!
Yeah. That's a foot and 1 inch tall. Maybe 2. I don't know how tall.
Yeah, that's like at least a foot taller than you.
Yeah. Anyway, back to how good this card was. So it'd be like if you had a monster in defense mode. If I hit that monster, none of that like sort of leftover damage is going on to you because it was in defense mode. If it's in attack mode,
this is very nerdy. Don't worry, we'll get some more interesting shit that's not so nerdy in a bit.
This card had an ability where even if the monster you're attacking was in defense mode, that spillover damage still went onto the player.
Pretty cool. The story of that, you know what? I don't know if you ever knew the story of how I got that card for you, but it was like. For the time, it was a lot for me to get that card for you. And I don't really know why I did it specifically. I just fancied doing it, I think. And what it was I was on a trip with the scouts that I was involved with at the time. And we were on a trip to this kind of just like a youth hostel, I guess, in Wales. And we were in Wales, and my mum had given me £50 spending money while I was there, and that felt like a lot. Actually, I would have been maybe 13 or 14, something like that. And I found out that there was like not a games workshop, but something like that, kind of a nerdy shop for cards or whatever.
Nerdy shop, because Games Workshop is just like Warhammer.
Yeah, and I spent essentially all my money on that card because I looked up what they had there, and well, I think I might have seen it there, and I was thinking about it, and I spent pretty much the entire thing on that. I spent about £45. It might have been 43, 45 or something on it.
You got fucking scammed because I had a look to see how much this card is worth right now, and the highest selling, the highest seller of this card recently was $2.
Oh no! That's probably because it's a bit like in Hearthstone with how things get banned or whatever, and value changes on these things.
No, I mean, in because it has a thing next to it saying like tournament legal, how many cards you're allowed in this, and it literally said unlimited.
Right.
So,
well, I don't know. The value of it might be that when I bought that, they're not printed very many, but now they might have printed like another million of them. You know, so you know how it works. You might not be looking at the right edition either. Who knows?
No, I did. I tracked down the right edition and like the make, and it was
well, shit. Who cares?
There was one that went for $40, and I don't know why that one was particularly better, but it wasn't this one. But yeah. What else?
Well, whatever. It was worth it for the memory.
Yeah, Ancient Gear also, they got a thing not too long ago. Like they got a big support buff.
They're still they're still making cards to do with that deck.
Yeah, Ancient Gear, like I think it was like 2 years ago. I think it's like 2019 or something.
Oh.
Ancient Gear's got like a big sort of thing, and they
Yu-Gi-Oh is fucking really dumb, isn't it? Why did we ever like Yu-Gi-Oh? It's so stupid. Like even the anime is such a stupid idea.
I tell you what though, the card game's still fucking better than Hearthstone.
It actually is, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool, I suppose.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
So yeah.
You noted something down, I think, to talk about the podcast, didn't you? Have you got anything? What you got to tell me? Tell me something, Judd.
I don't. That was it. That was the thing. That's
okay.
it. I'm done now.
Well,
I'm done until Freak of the Week.
I've got something to tell you, Judd.
Okay.
You know that.
Hold on, wait. No, let me check my notes because now you say that.
Oh my god! Well, he's gonna have to listen to what I've got to tell him because Jesus Christ. I've mentioned a few times that there's an Eastern European shop near my girlfriend's house, and we went and bought some snacks from there recently and did a taste test and put it on the Streams Badly YouTube channel. So if you listen to the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any podcast platform, but you're not subscribed to the YouTube, it's on all of those, by the way. You can listen to it there, but you don't. If you don't follow the YouTube channel, head over there, have a look at that. Spoilers. Well, the one there's quite a few different snacks on there, and we just bashed them out quick. It's an easy video to watch, but I thought I would let you know about one of them because I want to know what you think of the description of this. One of the things we saw in the store was labelled meat donut. Ooh.
I really don't like that.
And of course, I had to try the meat donut.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to try it, but that's Go on.
We were talking about Greg's last episode. Imagine if they had meat donuts in Greg's. Thing is, I kind of understand why they called it a meat donut because the pastry kind of had consistency of a donut. They had a few things that were. It was basically a pasty deep fried, though. That's basically all it was. Yeah. And I took a bite out of it like cold, like as we were walking home, because you can have Cornish pasties cold and things like that. So I had a bite of it, and it was okay. I didn't really get much of the meat at all in it, and it was like, oh, this is a little bit too greasy, but I guess it was very like. When I tasted it, then it was like, if this was much worse, I probably just wouldn't eat it. But the thing is, I was thinking, I bet if I just warm this up a bit in the microwave, it might be all right. It might be a bit like a warm pasty or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, it fucking wasn't. I warmed it up in the microwave, and because I'd bitten it, I could see where the meat had all ended up when they'd made it. So I purposely bit the bit where the meat is.
This is making me feel sick.
I bit it, and felt a gush in my
Ah!
mouth of
No.
grease. Like literally melt like grease, like it was a pool, and I looked back at it, and there was a full like puddle, like a huge. I spat it out onto the
God.
plate and just threw it away. And the thing is,
I thought you say you threw it at the wall, like again stuck against the wall.
in the video on the YouTube channel, I didn't like say that it was so bad because I'd not warmed it up yet at that point, so it's worth going to the YouTube channel and seeing that video. But yeah, fucking Eastern European snacks, man. Do you know what? They're a bit like vegan food in that they're always like at most 80% as good as normal food. You know how vegan food's like at best only 80% as good as like a normal meal. And Eastern European food's like that, but for different reasons. Like, because it, like, is, like, shitty quality. Well, at least where I want to say Eastern European food in general. I mean, like, the Eastern European food that's in this shop. Because that's all they sell there. But, yeah, there you go. Meat donut.
Meat donut. Oh, my God. That's awful.
Let's hear it, Judd.
Let's hear it. Okay, Jake. Bearing, like... the first.
This isn't like Freak of the Week, is it?
No.
By the way, we've got 2 regular segments on this podcast that you should keep listening for. We have the Freak of the Week and This Is Why You Are Wrong. In the Freak of the Week, we talk about a strange person that we've bumped into, and in This Is Why You Are Wrong, we debate a topic that you might be interested in. Yes, cool. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my God. Anyway. Could you feel my ADHD coming out then?
Yeah,
could you feel it happening?
So, ignoring the first sort of, like, I want to say, like, 9 years of your life. I'm talking from, like, the age of 10 until now.
Yeah.
This very second.
Yeah.
Have you ever legitimately shit your pants? Like, actually shit yourself?
Oh... I remember you noting this down, by the way. I'm trying to think. I don't think so.
I feel like the first sort of, like, before you're 10, I feel like that's sort of like this is
Jude's measurement. Before you're 10, I mean more like 10. Before you're 5 or 6. No, 10. You should be pretty potty trained by fucking 10.
No. But like something like you could have been on a long car journey or just whatever. I'm saying 10. I'm saying.
I know 10. You're saying 10, but I think a normal person would say around 6.
So many times. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna Google when do kids stop using nappies?
When do kids stop shitting themselves?
Between 18 and 30 months. So what's that? That's like 3. Maybe 3 they stop shitting themselves.
Okay, all right. My question still stands. When was the last time you shit yourself, or have you done it multiple times?
Oh well, I'll accept you past 10, being as we've razzed on it enough. Okay. I don't think I have. I'm really trying to think. I've like come close and had to like rush down somewhere and pop a squat and in a public place and well, not very public where people could see me, but like in a public place and wipe my rear carriage with my underwear. That's like I've had to do that, and I think even slightly closer than that to shitting yourself, which you might class as shitting yourself maybe. One time I was really ill. And I don't know what I'd done. I was naked, fully naked, because I was doing something in the bathroom. I can't remember whether I was going to have a shower or whether I was going to have a shit or whether I was going to get in the bath or something. Or no, I think it might have been throwing up.
Okay.
Or something like that. I might have been throwing up. And I went into a different room real quick to get something. I think it might have been to get my phone or something to play a video while I were being sick or while I were, like, I don't know, about to get in the bath. And I did that, and immediately my bowels just went, we're evacuating. with like zero notice, and a little chunk of turd came out because I managed to catch it, but just a little nugget came out. So
Nice.
I didn't really, and it did land on the carpet, but like it didn't make much mess. It was just like a little boop and fell up there. So I guess I wouldn't say that that's shitting yourself, because you have to shit your pants, I think, to shit yourself, really, don't you?
Okay, so have you ever actually shit yourself then? Like
Shit my pants, just shit my pants.
Going before, I'll let you go before like the age of 10 thing.
I don't know. Probably yes. I honestly before primary school, which is what you start at about 4, 5. I would have before then, but after I started primary school, from what I can tell, I don't think I've ever shit my pants. No.
Okay, all right. I have.
Yeah, I know. I would assume that about you, even if I didn't know that to be true.
I shit my pants at the age of 13, and it was on a crowded bus.
Oh,
and it was all people from my year at high school.
Oh, it was a school bus.
It was a high school. It was a high school trip. So what happened was we went to, what is that place called where it's like a big sort of like science. I want to say like
there's a couple ones near us.
I want to say MAGA, but I don't. Is it MAGA?
It'll be Magna that you're thinking of.
Magna. Yeah. MAGA is Make
By the
America
way,
Great.
shout out to Magna. What a fucking sick place. I don't know if it's good anymore.
I go to Magna now.
But when we were kids, if it's the same as when we were kids, brilliant. Yeah. It was really good when we were like a 10. Apparently 10, because that's when Judge shit. Or 13, was it?
No, 13. No, it's 13.
See,
13.
I went in primary school, so I would have been about 10, whereas you, I'm guessing you went at, well, you'd have been first year of high school, would it be?
Yeah.
Second year, maybe?
Yeah, it was like first year. So anyway, we'd been there, and at the end of this trip, what happened was some lads who weren't very good lads me a drink. Like somebody was like, "Oh, here, have the rest of this drink." And I was a bit suspicious of them. I was like, "Have you spat in this or anything? What have you done to this?" They're like, "No, look, I've had to." I was like, "Have it." So I drank it, and what I think it was, I genuinely think that they'd fucking put laxatives in this fucking drink.
No,
like I don't know if you could like buy them from Magna or something. I feel like that's something you won't be able to get from Magna, but I do.
No, you couldn't get laxatives from the Science Museum.
I don't know, but I do feel like they put something in this drink to make you shit. Because I was on the bus, we're on the bus going back, and probably about like halfway back, my stomach immediately just like, I'd been fine all day. I'd not eaten anything weird. I'd eaten like a sandwich, like just a ham sandwich. I hadn't had anything weird, and immediately my stomach just went like that, and I was like, oh no! so like for ages, I managed to hold it in. And I went to the dude at the front. I was like, is there any way we can like pull over and like I need to go to the toilet? And it's like the closest place is gonna be a school. So I'm like, fucking all right. So
yeah, but couldn't you have pulled over at the side of the road at least?
No, because we're in like town. We're essentially by this time we're like in Barnsley. So there's like if I would have gone out to shit
far at all then.
No. I fucking shit myself at the goalpost. I was like there. I shit myself at the finish line, and I remember we were just going up. I'm not gonna dox you, but you know that car dealership near your house,
the Ford one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
might be a little bit too detailed, but that's fucking.
I thought
Look, put it this way:
dealership.
if we get big enough to the point where that becomes a problem, I'll probably have enough money to be able to move my family out. So I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. So it's there. That's where I shit myself.
And this is high school, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not far. That's like less than a mile away.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a bit of a shit or anything. And this is why I think it was laxatives, because like immediately the second like a bit came out, I couldn't stop. Like I just like as much as I try, I remember like squeezing my fucking stomach, like trying to keep like everything in, and I just couldn't. I just immediately fucking folded my bowels.
So I need more details, Judd. Where were you? Where were you sat? Like, did you try and like lift off your seat? Like anything? Like what?
No, like I was sat like near the front because they obviously knew I needed to shit, so I was sat closer to the front.
Did you tell anyone? Did you tell any of your mates? Be like, oh my god, I really need to shit. I'm gonna have to tell someone or anything like that.
No, I told the teacher.
No, I know you told the teacher, but before you told them, did you not like say to any of the other kids like, I really need to shit?
No, because it was embarrassing. I was like, I don't want to tell anyone. I was like, I'm gonna go tell the teacher, and I'm gonna go tell the bus driver, and I'm like, is there anything that we can do? And I just shit. I just fully shit. There was like no time for me to like. I couldn't like shove a cork up my ass or anything.
No one had a plastic bag? Nothing?
No, this is what I'm saying. Like it was immediate. This is why I think it was laxatives, because immediately it just went, you've just shit. And there's not like there was nothing I could do about it.
Yeah, your reputation does not help you with this story, Judd, does it? Because like I know what you're fucking like. It might have not been immediate as you're claiming. You might have had like 3 minutes notice and then just been like, no. I think I'm going to shit, and pondered that for about 3 minutes.
No. Honestly, it would like, because I've been in situations before, like with my leaflet posting and stuff, where it's like, fuck, I need to shit, but then I've managed to like hold it for ages, and then like I've got to the place where like, oh god, I feel like the turtle head spoke, or something, I felt like that, but I've never like just gone immediate shitting. Like, so I feel like I'd been poisoned by my constituents.
Well, ladies and gents, we've reached the point in the podcast where the recording software is frozen. It's becoming a regular segment, this as well, actually. So we'll see if this plays out. It normally does. It's normally fine. But do you know what's weird about that? The same year at school, so we'd have been the same age, and, well, I might have been a little bit younger, actually. And the same school and everything. I also had a big toilet mishap. And I think I might have said it on the podcast before. But basically, I pissed myself on my first day of school.
Oh, God. How did that go?
Well, what happened was... The way our school was structured, we had form class, which was basically like 15 minutes at the start of the day. You'd go to a certain teacher's class, and there would be like an equal representation of kids from each year. So there'd be like a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, and a 16-year-old, and a 12-year-old, 12 to 15-year-olds. And there might be 5 of each, but they'd all be from the same house. So much like Harry Potter, we had, schoolhouses, which I don't think Americans have those, do they? And because we were technically a Catholic school, we had houses that were based on angels. And what house were you in? Gabriel, I bet you were a Gabriel.
No, I was Barachial.
Barachial.
House Barachial.
That does make sense,
Raphael,
No, don't spoil it, because I've got a joke here. So you were in Barachial, right? So Raphael, right? That's your Gryffindors, wasn't it?
You've said that you've made this joke. You've made this joke on the podcast.
No, I don't think I've made this joke on the podcast.
You have made this exact joke.
Look, Judd, not everyone listens to every podcast. I'm doing it again, okay? Just if you've made this joke before, listen to all the other podcasts and figure out which one it is and tweet us badly which one it is. See, that's how you make it worth it, Judd. So Raphael was the Gryffindors. There was Gabriel, which would have been probably the Ravenclaws. Barachial would have been your Slytherins, and that's why you would have been there. And I'm pretty sure the colours work for these houses. I think they were the same colours. And then the one that I was in, which would have been the Hufflepuffs, was Uriel. And of course, everyone called Uriel urinal. Because piss, and the colour was yellow. We couldn't have had, pink or anything, just any other colour for that house, could it? It had to be the piss colour, didn't it?
I didn't
For the
see- I
urinal.
This is how much this house fucking sucked. I couldn't even remember the name of the angel. I remember Raphael, Barakiel, and Gabriel. I remember all them.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Uriel?
Oh, I know. No. The house I was in, Uriel, was like weirdly, significantly the worst house. Like I don't know what, because they assigned everyone randomly, and they definitely did, and somehow through random chance, Uriel was always the fucking worst for everything. For like grades, they had the worst grades on average. But not all, the worst bit was Uriel, like the worst at sports day. Do you remember at sports day? We were like, it was like they put all the nerds in Uriel somehow.
Yeah,
they didn't, but
I do remember, like, for some reason, Raphael, you used to always sort of be at the top.
Yeah,
I
Raphael,
feel like
sometimes Brachiel did all right. It was like Raphael tended to be at the top. Brachiel and Gabriel were in contention with Raphael and kind of fought each other most of the time for tops, for like, you know, middle spot. And Uriel was always fucking last. Always. Every time. It was insane. But anyway, that's a little tangent. So basically, there'd be first years, second years, third years, fourth years, and fifth years. About 3 to 5 of each that were all in the Uriel house in my form. And in Judd's form, it would have been the same thing, except they'd all be in the Brachiel house. Okay? So it was my first day. I'd just gone to the first class, which was form class, where they're like, organise you, basically.
Yourself out of the gate.
Right? No, get this. Right? So I'd just been assigned my seat. Okay, I'd been assigned my seat, and I'd sat through this full thing, and it was like normally a form class is like, they'll talk about something for 5 minutes, and then you just fuck around for 10 minutes. But because it was a first day, there was 15 minutes worth of stuff. So I was sat there, and I was fine, I was feeling good, I was feeling quite happy, actually, because it was my first day of high school. I was quite a naive young child. And then, like, a few minutes before we were supposed to be going, like 4 minutes, I just started pissing. It just started. And it weren't like, right, at no point at all did I think, oof, I could do we go into the toilet. Not at all. I didn't have that feeling at all. And it just went, psh, and just started going. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening? Like, it was fucking weird. I've honestly, I should have probably looked it up, like, what the fuck is that? But I haven't in all these years, actually.
I feel like that's worse than mine, because I was poisoned by my constituents in mine. You just pissed.
I feel like yours is almost more hideable as well. But I was like on a group table.
The smell was terrible. The smell was terrible. The bus immediately filled with the smell. For some reason, I think the kids thought that I just farted like really bad. Like it's like a shart a bit. I don't think they clocked on that I actually shit myself, because I immediately
you also probably care less. But right. So what happened? I was on this table, and there was someone to the left of me, someone to the right of me, and like 3 or 4 other people on this like kind of table, you know, on a table, and there was maybe 4 or 5 of those tables full in the class, and I'd fully pissed myself. I couldn't stop it. I was like I was trying to, you know how sometimes if you start pissing in your hand, you can pinch it off, can't you? I could not pinch the fucker off. It wouldn't do. So I just fully pissed myself. I was really trying for most of the piss, and it was going on forever. And eventually I was just like, well, I can't. I've pissed. I'm just going to let it go then. I'm going to let it flow. Let it flow.
No, you can't sing
Can we
about
do a
that.
Frozen parody?
No, you
like
just
an entire feature-length movie where all the snow in Frozen is replaced with piss somehow. Anyway, but thing is, what happened was, obviously, we'd have to get up from our chairs and tuck them underneath the table as we went to the next class. So I'd prepared, and what I did was I stood up and went around my chair and immediately tried to like glance at what was underneath me, what was on my chair, and like what the floor looks like as well. And I noticed nothing had gone on the floor, nothing at all. Which was kind of good. It all kind of pooled, a small pool on the seat. That I'd been sat in for a couple of minutes, by the way.
Oh God!
And so what? I made sure my chair went underneath really quick, so no one saw that. But I don't know why I fucking did this. I thought it might make people not notice what was there. I tipped it onto the floor, like real quick. Like underneath the table. I made sure to chuck this puddle onto the table.
You sat next to this like cute girl that you liked and like a bit splashed on her legs, just like,
no. But so I kind of tried to make it go on the floor, because I think I was thinking, if I do that, maybe the kind of dampness on the chair might dry by the time someone gets to the next by the time someone sits next to it, or they might pull it out and think, oh, it's damp, someone's water's spilt, and then like just get a paper towel and dry it and never know. And you know what, Judd? It fucking worked.
Did it?
It worked. No one fucking noticed.
Oh, someone sat in your piss.
So I don't know what happened from then, because obviously I wasn't there. So they might have wiped it. They might have just not noticed and sat and thought, oh, it's slightly damp. Someone was sweating. I don't know. So, but bear in mind, I'd been sat in a puddle of piss for at least a minute straight.
Yes.
There's a big wet patch all over my ass. Right?
Yes.
On my first day of school.
And probably your crotch as well, I should imagine.
Probably was a small bit. I was less worried about my crotch and more just worried about the massive patch on my ass. I don't think there was on my crotch, because like the way my dick was tucked and stuff, it weren't really necessarily touching the front much. And so I had to walk around the entire day with a huge piss patch on my ass. And do you know what? I did? You know, you have a backpack at school. I just... I made like a tactical sacrifice, and I hung my backpack on my elbows rather than my shoulder, so that as I was walking round, the backpack itself would hang on my ass rather than my back.
So you were thinking you'd rather be seen as the kid who wears his backpack weirdly, than as the kid who pisses.
You know what? I think that's tactical fucking genius right there.
Yeah.
So you know what?
Tactical sacrifice. Sometimes you just have to cut your losses.
That's what I did, and that fucking worked too. No one fucking noticed, and I got away with it. That's victory if I've ever fucking heard it, folks. Am I right?
I feel like how shit your luck is compared to mine. I think it's because you used everything up to get out of like this situation.
Look, that is not a fucking lucky situation. I had to pull out all the stops my, 12, 13-year-old brain had to try and make sure I wasn't known for 5 years as the guy who pissed himself on his first day at school. Right. No. Anyway, what's going to happen now is I'm, believe it or not, desperate for a piss. So I'm going to take a quick break while, Judd, I've got an assignment for you. I'm going
to regale them with my piss story.
Okay. Is it one I already know?
Story. Maybe not, actually. No.
Because I want to hear it, you see. Do you know what? I'm telling you what. Note that down for next podcast, because we've got too much shit to do. Note that down for next podcast. And what you're going to do, I've got an assignment for you.
I can make it quick. I can make it like 2 minutes. It just while we're on the topic.
You fucking hurry up then. I'm going for a piss, and I'll see if I can catch the tail end.
Okay, alright. Okay, so essentially what happened was, I was in, I think it was like a music class or something, or it was like I was learning keyboard or some shit, and this was back in primary school. I think I must have only been about in like year 3 or 4, which I feel like it's like I was like 8 or 9, something like that, and we were all sat down around this table and we were just like making notes for music or whatever for like the chords, and I really needed to piss. And I I said to the teacher, I was like, "Can I just go up and go to the toilet?" And they were just being a dick for whatever reason. They were just like, "No, you can't go. You're just wasting time." I was like, "I'm not wasting time. I need to piss. Can I just go to the toilet?" Like, no, you're wasting time. You can wait till you're wasting time. You can wait till the end of the lesson. I was like, "All right, okay. I'll sit here then. I will sit here and I will do my work." And I sat there and I purposely pissed myself. I pissed myself in defiance, and I remember because like I just sat there and pissed myself, and the guy I'm pretty sure someone was like, one of the other students was like, "Oh, I think I can smell something. I can smell something
no.
weird." Did you hear this?
I've just heard I sat there and pissed myself.
No,
and I'm pretty sure someone else could smell it. That's all I got.
No, I did it in defiance because essentially the teacher was being a dick and he was saying, I asked if I could go to the toilet and he was like,
This was
"No,
at high
you can't.
school?
You waste." No, this is primary school. This.
Oh, I do know this story actually.
All right, okay, yeah. So he was just being a dick and saying I couldn't go to the toilet. And I was like, "I'm not wasting time. I just need the toilet." And it was like, "No, you're wasting time. You can sit here and wait to the end of the lesson." And I was like, "Okay, I will sit here and I'll do my work." And I sat there and I did my work. Sat there and pissed myself.
My memory of this is that your mum was furious with the school and Dad found it funny. That's what I remember from that. Your mum was really annoyed that they didn't let you do what you need to do, and our dad was like, no, he agreed with it. He still agreed with her that they should have, but it was too funny for him. So he mostly found it funny, but he did agree they should have just let you go to the toilet.
Yeah.
So,
and the thing is, it's not like the toilet from where we were working for music. It was literally just the other end of the hall. It wasn't like far away or anything. I would have been like 2 minutes, but he was like, "No, you're gonna sit there." So I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna sit here and piss myself then."
It
so
sets a bad example as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you need to piss in a meeting at work, they're gonna let you go piss. Like these schools are supposed to prepare you for adult life and responsibilities and jobs, and they don't with stuff like this. It's stupid. But anyway, Judd, I've been dying to do this because it's time for
Freak of the week.
Yes, new jingle, folks. Am I right? Yeah, that jingle, right? By the way, has come from last week's podcast where we finalised a segment called Freak of the Week, where Judd regales us with a story of a strange person that he's somehow met and tells us all about them. And it happens so often that we've managed to make a weekly segment out of it. So, yeah, there's the jingle. And the jingle kit, as most jingles from this podcast come about, is I just get Judd to do some stupid shit when we decide we're going to do it regularly. And then I take that audio snippet and make it into a professional sounding jingle. So there you go. Freak of the week, Judd. What's your freak of the week? By the way, I've also got a freak of the week this time.
Have you?
But
Cool.
I'll let you hit it first.
Which is good because mine's kind of a short one this week. Though it does involve 3 freaks.
Oh,
so
last week we had a twofer. Now we've got a threefer. They're multiplying, Judd. They're multiplying.
So it wasn't actually me that noticed this first. In fact, if it would have just been me on my own, I would have just never noticed, and I probably would have had to skip this week's segment of Freak of the Week. But what happened was, we were walking back to work. We'd just been on like his lunch, and the guy who I work with was just like, he like stopped and went, "Hey Jordan, look," and I like turned around and. Like across the way, like quite a bit across the way, there was a guy with his shirt off stood in the middle of the street. There was like a couple cars, like, you know, like just waiting for him to like move out the way, and he was like pointing at another guy that's like on the pavement, and he was going, "Fucking come on then, fucking come on, fucking have you?" And I thought, oh god. And so we'd got like drinks from this little shop or something, and we sort of like just perched up on a wall and like opened these cans and just started drinking them and watching this go on. And essentially this one guy had took his shirt off and he was like yelling at this other guy. I think they were all Spice heads. I don't know what they were arguing about, but there was like these two that like were going at it, and another one who was sort of like trying to sort of break it up, and it was incredible to watch because Spicehead fights, they're all theatre.
The entire podcast last week was based on fucking Spiceheads, and somehow it's continued. What? Literally, it was called Spiceheads Are Bad. Like I had to make a Spicehead in Photoshop. Like, as in, I got a stock photo of a man like holding his head, and I photoshopped his head into a spice shaker. You know, like some spices. How have you continued anyway?
But anyway, just so it's all theatre because no punches are ever thrown. You'll notice that they like big themselves up and they'll come really close to each other. One of them had like his fist raised, and obviously you're not going to see this unless like you're actually watching the thing. But he had his fist raised. And he had, you know, when we do boxing, Jake, and you say that I telegraph my punches too much.
Yeah, he was holding it for a minute.
But he was literally stood there for about 30 seconds straight, like this, like, go on then. And we were like sat on the wall, and we're like, we'll do it. He's there for all the punch.
It was like last podcast you were on about one of them street performers who was asking for money loads of times before doing his actual spiel. It's like that. It's like they're waiting for you to put money in a hat or something. But do you know what it is, though? It's actually not as dumb as you'd think. The thing is, legally, whoever hits the other one first there is liable. The other one isn't, because it's self-defense.
I think because they're Spiceheads, I don't think that's running through their head. I just think that they genuinely look like they think that they look threatening and they look hard, but really they just look really funny.
Yeah, they're probably scared, actually, really, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're probably scared. But the thing is, the funniest thing about this encounter is they break it up and then come back for another go at each other like 4 or 5 times.
It's round
like,
two.
It's funny though, because I just imagined one of them going, and another thing, like turning back around and having another go. But we're there for like a good fucking 10 or 15 minutes watching this fucking street performance.
It's good entertainment, isn't it? It's why, fights like YouTuber boxing fights do well, because they're not the most skilled, but like it's just the same as watching two Spiceheads on the street trying to have a fight, innit? Same sort of thing, innit?
We came back a bit late, and the boss were like, "Oh, where were you?" And we just went, "Oh, we're just watching some Spiceheads fight." And he went, "Oh, any good?" I'm like, "No."
I'm surprised he didn't go, Why didn't you let me know? I'd have come through and I'd have watched myself.
he probably would have just had to walk up and like just also got a can out and started watching.
Yeah, why not? My freak of the week is probably it's probably slightly harsh, actually. Not gonna lie, but it was strange. It was definitely abnormal. What happened was I'd gone to this like a very small retail park, like kind of near where I live, and we were just walking to like a shop. It was kind of like a grocery shop, me and my girlfriend. And it was like, it wasn't late at night, but it was like, I don't know, around 8 p.m. So this retail park, because it wasn't massive, shops would be starting to shut fairly soon after that. So there wasn't many people in the car park or anything. And there was this one car parked like kind of away from the other cars. But we didn't have to walk right past it, but we had to walk kind of, past it at a distance. And it had its windows open. And there was a woman sat in the front seat, just playing a flute. Just like doing a little Irish ditty on a flute. And we could hear like flute music, and I was thinking, because we'd been there another time recently, and like there must have been a homeless guy or something who had a radio there that was playing a bit of music, and he'd drawn some pictures or something, and he must have just but he weren't currently there with all his stuff. He must have been somewhere else. He must have been in a shop or something. I thought, maybe it's that same guy, and it's just flute music coming from his radio. But no, it was just like a woman just like fluting, just going fluting, I don't know. That's kind of, I guess it's not like, that's why I hesitate to say freak of the week. I guess it's weird, but But what made it, I suppose, slightly weirder is we went into this shop and did the shop that we needed to do. And we were walking back to the car, and she was still fucking going. She was just fluting away the whole time. I mean, like, we walked past and we were thinking, she ain't too bad, good on her. And I said to my girlfriend, you know what? I bet what's happened there is she's got a husband and some kids, and the kids are fucking annoying and loud, and all she wants to do is just play a bit of flute, practice a flute. So what she's done is just driven to a car park and is following like an audio practice on it and just doing a flute. But I also thought, but why has she got all the windows open for everyone to listen though?
Yeah, surely that'd be like, yeah.
But I don't know. I want to believe that. And that's what I'm gonna believe, that she just like was pissed off and wanted to just do a bit of fluting and went and did it, and that's what happened. But that's it for Freak of the Week. What's next is this. What's next.
That's it.
This is why you are wrong.
Yes, that's right. Here's the segment, This Is Why You Are Wrong, where I present Judd with a topic and he has to say his thoughts on it. Then I tell him why those thoughts are wrong. Today's topic is the best fighting video game. And when I say this, it can't be a video game that's got fighting in. The prime example that everyone will know of the type of game we're talking about is Mortal Kombat. One of those, the side-by-side type of thing. This is so just to specify, this would exclude something like Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi games, not Budokai games. Do you remember the difference? Do you remember the difference between those?
Yeah.
It has to be like a side-by-side type of thing.
Budokai games was almost like a 3D fighting game where you sort of could like fly and you were flying around each other.
No. That's the Budokai Tenkaichi. That's what you mean. And just Budokai, no Tenkaichi. Okay. Budokai 3 is side-by-side, but Budokai Tenkaichi is kind of like you fly around each other 3D and stuff. It's different. But it's Mortal Kombat type things, Street Fighter type things. Those ones. Dude, what's the best fighting game?
Okay, so I'm gonna go for something now that I don't think you were expecting me to say, and probably because as well, I know the one that you probably want to go for, so I'm gonna say Super Smash Brothers is the best fighting game.
Super Smash Brothers.
And here's why.
I hadn't even thought of that. Not gonna lie, I'd forgotten.
Well, this is why. Okay, so first of all, for me, the reason why I think Super Smash Bros. Is the best is purely for the sort of like hype around the announcements of like new characters being added and the new sort of like games that come out, because people go fucking crazy. People go insane. Like, people get excited when a new Mortal Kombat comes out, but there's not like sort of regularly like, oh yeah, so Smash has come out and expect like the during the sort of like lifespan of this game, like 30 more characters to be added. And every time one comes out, people go fucking crazy for it, because there's always like this mass speculation as well. People like people will be sat there in the rooms typing out articles where they think fucking Mushroom Trooper number 47 from the Super Mario.
Yeah, why we are going to be added to it somehow. I don't know how we got added to Smash Brothers, but we would. By the way, if Smash Brothers ever wants to add either one of us to it, then just do it. Don't even ask us. Just do it. We don't need any money or anything. Yeah. In fact, if you want us to pay you like £500 or something, fuck it. We can do it, and you can do whatever we want. You can make us look fucking awful in the game.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I'll straight up suck a dick.
I'll suck a dick. Jesus Christ.
We don't even have to have a good moveset. We can be like F tier.
We can be like a joke character that's like, aren't these guys shit? Like, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. So that's the first reason. That's the first reason why I think it's great. The second, I will say, I do enjoy playing Smash. I've played
Sorry, what do you play Smash on?
Switch usually when I go around to people's houses.
You don't own a Switch.
I know I don't own a Switch, but I'm saying when I go around to people's houses, or my little brother had a Switch and used to play it a lot with. I used to play it a lot with him. In fact, it's still at a point now that whenever he comes around to like half the night here, he's like, I want to play Smash because he loves playing Smash.
From what you've told me, he's been getting into fucking MMA, so you've been battering each other instead. So. Just like, not just on Smash, in real life as well.
Yeah, in real life, yeah. Apparently I'm a Donkey Kong main. I always fucking slap him upside the head with Donkey Kong.
So what I'm hearing is you smash your underage brother.
No, okay, we don't need that.
For legal reasons. That's
So yeah, it is good. It is a good game to play. Everybody has a fairly not everybody has a fairly unique moveset. There are characters that are quite similar, but that's going to happen when you have so many characters in your roster. So there's the hype of it. It's actually a good game, and thirdly as well, the fucking people that it attracts, like at the big tournaments, fucking hell, they give each other some right smack talk. And I'm not being racist here, I'm not, but it has a surprising amount of black.
Well, isn't that the opposite of racist? Isn't that just a good thing? Like,
they're all
fan base. Cool, good, yeah. Am I right?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is the reason the fact that there is so many black people that like it means that there's so much fucking smack talk like at these tournaments. Like they fucking
that's where it gets a little bit.
Well, listen. I think that's a good thing because I find it fucking entertaining as hell. But oh god, there's like this. I remember.
He means well, everyone. I know it's bad to say that, but he does mean well.
I love him. I love him for it.
Okay, all right. I'm sure the slave masters love their slaves, but it's a joke. It's all jokes.
Well, listen,
we don't mean it. Fucking hell.
Somebody's got to pick the damn cut.
Look, what we mean is, if someone thought those things we just said, make fun of them because they're stupid. Am I right?
People don't think what I'm saying is racist. If they do, they're a moron and deserve to be laughed at. But anyway, it's the smack talk of it. It's like the fact they get. It's like MMA. It's like genuinely like MMA, but they proper go in on each other. Like there was this one clip I was watching, and this guy it's like this it's like I don't know if he's like burly or something, but he's like this big sort of black dude, and he's like.
Dude, before you even say it, I know the clip. I've seen it. I'm not even into Smash. I honestly genuinely don't like Smash, but I know the clip. But you know,
is it with the like sort of like shorter sort of like white nerdy kid?
Yeah, no, I know the clip, Judd.
It's so funny. But
they basically kind of square up to each other, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they have like a square.
But in the arena of Smash Brothers, it don't fucking matter how much you can lift, bro.
Yeah. Because I think that white kid just ruins it. I think he went to go on and like win the tournament. But
well, right, I hear what you're saying, Judd. Smash Brothers, I'd forgotten about it. In relation to this contest.
Hold on, did I have anything else?
Who cares? No, I'd forgotten about it in relation to this contest. Yeah. And you know what? I think that says a lot. It's a different type of fighting game. It fits into what we're doing still, but it's a different type. And you could say that makes it unique, which could be a good point. You could say that doesn't make it a true fighting game, which could be a bad point, so who knows. But the biggest thing you've said as to why Smash Bros. Is good is because of the characters and introducing the characters, how many characters have got, that sort of thing. What game have you been playing recently that's got a lot of characters?
Skyrim.
League of what?
Oh.
League of what? League of
League of
Legends.
Legends.
League of Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great, is it? Because they keep introducing characters and that's bad. What ruined Overwatch? It's all them characters that they added.
The rapists at
What's
Blizzard.
the worst thing about... That's a joke. That's still a joke.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Have
It's-
you not been following the big controversy? Like, everything that's been going on at Blizzard?
Just say it's a joke. In case.
It's not a joke!
Just say it. Who knows what's real and what's not?
I know what's real. They've been raping people at Blizzard. That's actually been happening. You can't say it's a joke because that's offensive for you to say it's a joke.
The things that say on this podcast can neither confirm or deny the actual beliefs of the people on the podcast. We should have that as a fucking soundboard. Anyway,
we
look,
should
right.
do
Do
just a really
you
straight up,
know
yeah.
what's the
Go
worst
on.
thing about Apex Legends? Apex Legends right now, the game that I played fucking religiously, right? It's becoming one of the biggest games on Twitch.
I get
it's
your
massive,
point.
right? It's massive. Tifu's fucking playing it. Do you know what the worst thing about it is?
Too many characters.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also the latest character they've introduced. Too many characters. Like, that's not a good thing. And do you know what it is? It's cringe, is what it is. It's quite cringy. That meme was in the 2018 Rewind. Bruh, it's stale, you know? It's like, so it's not really fun anymore. So you got that. What else did you say? What was the other fucking thing? There was two things you said.
The community, I suppose.
Right. Okay. I don't know. But look, other than that, there's nothing that it's got that beats another fighting game. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, all of them, they're all got at least as good esports scene, at least as good playability with other people. They're all at least just as good. Okay? Here's the issue I'm having, is that I started off trying to debate against you, and just now I've realised I didn't actually pick what I wanted to say is the best.
You fucked this one. You shut it.
Give me a sec, I can do this. That's why that's not the best. It's not the best. Genuinely, if I'm going to give my genuine opinion, I don't like Smash at all. I just don't think even how it plays, the rules of like engagement, and I don't mean rules of engagement like, is it just the gameplay? I guess I don't like it. And you know what? There's always a debate in my own head whenever we do this segment of, should I pick something that I think will make me win easily, or should I pick my genuine opinion? And once again, I'm going to pick my genuine opinion again. I think the best fighting game is Injustice Gods Among Us. The first Injustice game.
Among Us.
That's not the Among Us jingle, but who fucking cares anyway?
I was like Danny Phantom.
Who fucking cares? So the reason why I think it's the best game is because it's made by the same people as Mortal Kombat, if I'm right. You know, something like that. So it's got a good fucking engine. And do you know what? The characters off the bat, they're balanced, you know. They spent a lot of time and care balancing that game. Maybe not completely balanced, because you're never going to completely balance something, but they're really fairly balanced. You could play as any character on the hardest game mode of the story. You could do that. It might make it a chunk harder, but like that's fine. Also, there's a story, bear in mind. You know, the best things in life are fucking stories, and the story's good. It's a good one. Somehow, they managed to make the exact same mission over and over again, which is fighting someone. It's a fighting game. Entertaining in a story. Can you imagine if an RPG game had made every single combat encounter almost exactly the same? People would fucking hate it, yet somehow in this game, it's great.
Well, I mean, that's not really going to be that hard, because essentially they're just copy and pasting the Injustice story from the comics into it, aren't they? So
yeah, but whether it's hard or not doesn't mean whether it's good or not. Yeah, it's easy to do that, but it's also really good to do that. Great story.
Yeah.
Why would you not do that? You know, whether something's hard or not doesn't equate as to whether it's good or not. And that story is fucking good. Can you put it this way? Can you imagine if they did an expansion for Injustice? Oh, there is Injustice 2, but the story of Injustice 2 is slightly worse, which is why I picked Injustice 1. They're basically very similar. Can you imagine if they did an expansion for Injustice of The Killing Joke? You would snap that right up. You would
that'd
love
be
fucking
shit.
no, you'd
That'd
fucking
be
love
so
it. You'd love it.
shit.
You'd love it. It'd be great.
I wouldn't. That'd be fucking terrible. That wouldn't fit into a fighting game at all.
I'll explain to you why you'd like it. Here's the thing. There's many encounters within that could be, well, I say many, relatively many for that could be.
There's essentially there's two, and one of them's over in an instant because Joker shoots Barbara Gordon in the fucking stomach and it's over. And
Yeah,
she's crippled for life.
Here's why your narrow viewpoint is not helping here. Do you like this debate talk? I like that. I like those sorts of phrases. So,
No,
here's-
you're just wrong.
here's why, Jed. Because you put it this way. You'd introduce Barbara Gordon in that expansion. That'd be great. And also,
Yeah, so what
listen,
would the moveset be? She's gonna be wheelchair bound. She's gonna spin at you in a wheelchair. She's gonna fucking just
so
give you a gas.
much like the story in Injustice, you'd only fight her once as the Joker. You'd play as the Joker in that expansion storyline. Very unique as a thing to do, which is better than how Smash Brothers implements uniqueness. By the way, so you'd play as the Joker. You'd fight Barbara Gordon as the first fight, and what'd happen is it'd be very easy. One, because it's the first fight, they'd give you like certain types of fight advantages, and two, because obviously it complements the story a lot. And then you'd have cutscenes where that'd happen, and you'd get all the drama, and then you get all the encounters that follow from it. So look. The characters are obviously amazing because the comic books. The story's amazing because it implements that from comic books. Bear in mind, it's a fighting game and it's implemented an amazing story, right? The gameplay, way better than Smash Brothers. Way better. Smash Brothers gameplay is fucking confusing. What's a down B? I don't fucking care. Also, just the animations, the design, the everything is all better. I'm tired. I am doing a bad job, and I see you shaking your head.
That was your worst one.
It was.
That was shit.
I will admit that as well. It was the worst one.
The slightest. In fact, that whole Killing Joke bit, like, even
That's the thing
put
that
me
killed
down
it, didn't
a
it?
bit more.
I reckon I could
that
have
was
referred.
that was literally
the
the Killing Joke.
Nice.
You could have said Joker New 52. That would have been maybe a good fucking.
I'm going to read
story,
the New 52, I think.
Joker New 52
I genuinely
awesome.
believe
That's
it,
the
though.
one where
I
he's
genuinely
wearing
do
his
think
face
that
mask.
Injustice is the best fighting game. I genuinely do believe everything I said. You disagree, obviously, which is the whole point of this segment. But I genuinely fucking believe all of it. Like, the gameplay on Injustice is great. It's really good. The characters, they're really balanced, aren't they? Like, relatively. There's some characters that are obviously better than others, but like...
I've played against a couple that I just think are bullshit. I think Aquaman's quite bullshit. He's got way too much reach with his trident, and he can sort of just go like that, and you're a bit fucked.
Yeah. But it's no more unbalanced with someone like Aquaman than Smash is.
I see. I'll be honest with you. I've not played enough Smash to be like, oh, this one comes to mind. But there'll be one. Be one somewhere that's just
the only disadvantage to Injustice that I can see that's genuinely real is that like it's not got a competitive scene. But the thing is that that's only because there isn't one. There very well could be. It's very like, you know, it's good enough to be competitive. It's just that people just haven't adopted it as a competitive fighter game, you know? So there we go. Sorry, folks. That was a fail. Couldn't convince Judd, even though he is wrong. So, look, we always like to end on a little sort of miscellaneous thing rather than a segment. So, I've got one more thing to show you, Judd. Now, just prepare your brain for this. What I'm going to do is show the video version what I'm about to show, Judd. You might not know what this is. I'm going to describe it to Judd as well. You remember the movie Labyrinth, Judd? You know
I do
this
remember
movie.
Labyrinth. I do remember
Well,
Labyrinth. Yeah.
I was watching it with my girlfriend recently, and I was looking to see if there's any props from this movie I could buy, because I would really like that, as long as they were
Okay.
cheap enough. This is a genuine prop from that movie that is, at some point, on screen.
Right.
Enjoy that.
What the fuck is that? That's on screen.
So what it is, I'm going to describe it. In this movie Labyrinth, there's a lot of goblin type thingies that are all puppets. It's done by Jim Henson, and the one that's for sale is literally a puppet with a noose round its neck, screaming in terror with its eyes bulging out.
It's like choking out like a raspy gas, like it's death rattle. It's being hung. Help him!
It's fucking horrific, isn't it? It's got no clothes. It's not got a peepee or anything. It's got like its body is very like miscellaneous, because it would have had clothes on it, but like, and it's like lost a hand somehow. And
and
oh
a foot.
my
It's missing
god!
a hand and a foot on both feet. Its feet
Yeah,
are gone.
its feet are gone. I'm guessing it had like shoes as part of whatever clothes it had. But what the fuck? Am I right?
Where was this in? What scene was this in? I'm trying to recollect in what scene this could have possibly been in.
It will have been
I don't
very
remember-
much in the background of something stupid.
I don't remember any lynch scenes in the labyrinth. What the fuck is this? That's
No,
awful.
but like, oh, but there's a lot of props for this movie, and like, and most, I think there's a very famous thing in The Wizard of Oz where people think in the background of one of the scenes a munchkin was hung or committed suicide and hung itself.
Yeah,
It's been debunked mostly, like as in
yeah.
the realistic consensus of it is probably not, but
Yeah.
we can't say for 100% certain, but like probably not. But it was to the point where modern versions of The Wizard of Oz, so say the version that you buy on Amazon Prime or whatever, that will have been digitally replaced with a flamingo walking about in the background.
Yeah.
That's why people are still a bit suspicious, actually. But-
Because it's weird. It's like it's like, well, if that isn't the case, then why did it need changing?
Well, the reason why it needed changing is because of the controversy around it, whether it actually happened or not. It does make sense that they would replace it, and I've seen quite a few videos on that topic, and I don't think that it happened. If it did happen, it certainly didn't happen on camera. But the weird thing about it is, this fucking puppet they made is fully in plain sight. I know it's not like an actual person, not even close to the same sort of thing, but like it's genuinely there. It's like it's verified as being from the movie, original movie prop, right? It says original Henson puppet from Labyrinth, 1984, starring David Bowie, directed by Jim Henson. It's 2 foot tall. It's fucking 2 feet tall, Judd. That's like bigger than a toddler. It's
I
a
almost,
film
I almost,
character.
I almost feel like it was used for something, and then they were sort of watching it and posting, and like, yeah, we can't use that. So that's like it would have been
Maybe,
used it was used in the production of the film, but was never shown on screen.
Do you know what I think it was? It doesn't necessarily say that it was used on screen, actually, reading it back. It has pilot written on its body, which would have been covered in clothes.
Yeah.
So I reckon they used this as like as part of a demo type of thing to present to producers and be like, this is kind of type of thing we want to make. So yeah, there you go. Fuck me.
I've
Weird, huh?
got one for you. I've got one for you. Going off labyrinths and props. This is actually what I thought he was going to show me. This is the decaying remains of Hoggle.
Nah.
Here you go. Here you go.
Let's see. Thing
I sent
is,
it on Discord.
oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll open this image up. I thought you were sending me another link from the prop buying website that I showed you.
No. It's
Because
not on that website.
on that website, there's some stuff that's replicas, like really good replicas. and you
Yeah.
can tell the difference. But here we go. Here's something terrifying for you. The puppet for Hoggle from Labyrinth was in some lost luggage for ages and was eventually found rotting. And
Yeah.
you can see, like, the robotic remains of him. Oh, fucking bless him, Hoggle.
Yeah, old Hoggle just rotting away in somebody's fucking
That's
backpack.
such a fucking shame, though. I
Yeah.
would absolutely love to have the, like, non-decayed version of Hoggle. But he wasn't a robot, though.
It was an animatronic. It was an animatronic puppet.
No fucking way. He was a midget.
It was an animatronic puppet. You're looking at him. He's there.
No.
It will have been
Someone
an actor
played
that
Hoggle.
voiced him.
Yeah, it will have. That will be like essentially like a helmet, and they would have altered his jaw, like they would have moved his jaw to make him, to make him talk. But no, wait, look, here we go. Oh shit. Oh, here we go. It was a woman, Cherie Weiser. Here we go. Who played Hoggle? She was the body for Hoggle. So,
Yeah,
like,
okay, but like the
you know?
face. I'm watching a documentary on it now. Like the face is all animatronic. Like that is all.
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, that's obvious.
Oh,
like,
she is.
you know?
Yeah, look, there she is. I'm looking at Cherie Weiser. Weiser.
Weiser, probably. Something, I don't
Yeah,
know.
look at her. Look at her
She was
walking along.
very small,
being a
and
Hoggle.
she had probably prosthetic hands, obviously face, big head type of thing on her own head, and yeah. Anyway, Labyrinth, 1984. Good fucking movie. Speaking of good movies and stuff, after each podcast recording, if you watch it live, twitch.tv/streamsbadly, we always continue the stream and rate movies and TV after it. So, follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/streamsbadly, and stick around after the podcast recordings every Wednesday between 5:30ish to 7ish sometimes is when we start, who knows. But I've noticed there's been a lot of followers on Twitch recently. There's been quite a few followers, Judd, maybe about 15 or so followers on Twitch.
Oh, nice.
So there you go. Maybe that's what you're doing. I mean, we don't get any extra viewers from it, but there you go. That's the podcast, though. Yeah, stick around to watch that. Cool. What are you going to end the podcast with, Judd?
Yes.